friends, how's it going? Oh my gosh, one of my favorite topics in the whole world. Yes, it's Traci Palo here, coming from my home office, hopefully to your cell phone or your home office, or maybe you're just listening to the audio, I don't know, but I'm excited. I am so fired up right now about the end of the month and about this topic tonight, and about just learning a way to stay in the constant momentum. You've heard of it maybe titled getting into massive action, right? So anybody out there understand what that means, getting into massive action? I do know one thing, that the most successful people in network marketing have the ability to go all in, put aside things, and get things done and get into massive action. So anybody out there interested in talking about maybe a few things that are keeping you back from being in massive action? Throw me something. Throw me a hands up. Do what you need to do. If you think this is a topic, guys, that your team needs to listen in, tune in to, you can right now click right next to comments, share, and you can go through and share this right now live with your teammates. Get their butts in here, because we're going to have a conversation. You know, one of the things after several years in the business that is hard for me to witness is to bring these fabulous people into the business and they stay stuck. You know what I'm saying? They stay stuck. And they don't know quite why or what to do, and that's the hardest thing. I don't like to bring business partners into this business, especially as ripe as it is right now, and have them stay at the same position year over year. That's a problem, people. This is a business vehicle that allows us truly to build business wherever we want to, you know, in the markets that we are in, which is a lot. Build this business with who we want to build it with, and to decide really what we want the outcome to be. You know, who gets to do that? Who gets to decide what their income is going to be? I can tell you right now, I got lots of people in this business that make less than $1,000 a month. They've been with me for years, and they are happy. And I'm happy for them. But when there are people that come into this business that say, I want to bring myself home, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I want to eventually bring my husband home, you better have a plan of action to get your butt in massive action if that's your goal. I believe, as we're all family, we all want to strive to achieve similar goals, that we ought to collaborate and share what things work, what things don't work. So here we go, guys. This might be painful for some of you, because you might think that you've been in massive action, but it may not be the case. So here's what massive action is. It's doing more than the average person. And this is key, guys, taking responsibility for where you are in your business right now, and being willing to make some adjustments so that you can change your plan and experience what you think is the unexpected. But in the end, you'll experience huge results in this business. Take responsibility for where you are, okay? Nobody's fault. Get out of the blame game. This is your business. Isn't that crazy? This is your business. That means you get to decide who you bring in. You get to decide what customers you're going to create and service. You get to decide if $500 a month is where you are comfortable, or if you want to go even higher. Okay? That's, I think, guys, the number one of the many mistakes that I've seen out there in the industry is people think that everybody wants to build their business and get to the highest achievement level with our company. They assume that, but they have no idea. So you want to, in order for you to get into massive action, you have got to constantly, daily, weekly, monthly, expect more out of you. That's why, I mean, some of you guys know that I have had multiple conversations with key partners of mine, and we kind of mastermind every month. And what we mastermind about is month over month stats. Month over month stats. If you do not have the My New Skin app on your phone, My New Skin, you got to download it on the App Store right now, because I look at it and many of my fastest growing leaders look at it multiple times a day. I think because we're end of the month and I'm coaching and mentoring and got my own goals, I probably looked at it 5 or 6 times. Seriously. So have you? So daily, I monitor our progress. I monitor what's going on. I monitor, did my customers get their orders in, right? I monitor, did I follow up with those new customers that purchased last month, okay? I monitor some of my key partners who I'm accountable to, their goals. Seriously. And then month over month, in order to keep riding that momentum of massive action, all right, we then look at our overall spreadsheet, our volume summary from our entire organization, and we look at what percentage did we grow month over month in sponsorship? What percentage did we grow month over month? And this is all in the My New Skin app. What percentage did we grow with new customers? What percentage did we grow with new brand representatives? Okay. What percentage did you grow month over month? Now, it's okay, you guys, if you don't even know what I'm talking about, you're at the right place. It's okay, because now there's a place for you to start. One of the documents that I updated in this group called Getting Started, if you scroll on the wall tonight, you will see that I went through and I think there's like 10 must-do first steps in business, okay? It's editable. You can print it, you can download it, you can do whatever the heck you want to do with it, because that's who I am. I'm about letting you have it, okay? But I would challenge you guys to go look at that. It's also under files, okay? It's also under units, under Getting Started. Go through that and see if you've done all of those things, all right? Let's go to the next. Think big and follow through. Okay, so why would some people maybe fail at getting into massive action? They don't know how to think big. Now, don't play the comparison game, because I know what some of you are thinking. Some of you are thinking things like, oh, but I never came from a family of, successful people, or I never went off to college and really put my true potential to test. And you start telling yourself that you don't have the ability to think big. You don't have the ability to think outside of the apartment you might live in, or the home that you rent, or the car that you are currently driving. For some reason, so many get stuck in their thoughts, okay? They have this, they don't have the ability to think big. So this is so big, you guys. If you can get, and I'm going to go through how you can do that. Think big. What does that mean to you? Have you thought big as it relates to this business? And if you can think big, which we're going to talk about in a second, and then follow through on what the big picture looks like, meaning what you're going to achieve in this business, following through, anyone, let me tell you, can think big, all right? But to follow through, to bring your goal into reality means that you must have some sort of plan. I'm going to challenge you guys also this. Get away from your network marketing business and just kind of Google Phil Knight, somebody that's successful in business, or Coca-Cola, or, you know, Google successful people, successful traits of a multi-million-dollar company, okay, of the CEO. Do that for me, and what you will find across the board is that these people have a business plan that they constantly monitor. All right, you guys ready? What about, here's another reason. Why are you building this business? So we talked about the unwillingness or the ability, you think that you can't think big, okay? But why are you building this business? Like, throw some things in the comments, you guys. I don't even know how to explain to you why I started building this business other than 27 years ago, actually 30 if I counted Amway. I was exhausted of the insecurity I felt of what might happen if I was injured, because my background is in the fitness industry and I was teaching aerobics all darn day and personal training people, which was basically counseling people all day long. But I know part of that was I was exhausted, but the other part for me was I was starting a family. And I remember beginning this business when my first child was just a baby. And the pain that I felt dropping my baby off at 7:30 at a daycare so that I could go exchange my time for a paycheck. And then usually it was around 6, sometimes 7, because I taught aerobics in the evening as well. That's when I got to pick my baby up. I know many of you guys can relate to that. That burned in my belly. And that is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about clarity. People fail sometimes at taking massive action in their business because they lack clarity. So take a moment. Write down, why are you doing this? Is it a hobby for you? If it is, great. Okay, you won't be changing much about your life, but we're happy that you're a part of our community. But if you have a stronger sense as to why you want to be successful at this business, it better be so clear. Write it on a piece of paper. Look at it every day. It better burn in your belly. If you want, listen, if it's not clear as to why you're doing this business, then what we call that is kind of a foggy. Things are foggy as to what you want to achieve. If things are foggy in terms of what you want to achieve for you and your family long term, then most likely it will seem unattainable because you won't have any clear points to connect along the way on a daily basis. So to get clarity, you got to know, what are you willing to sacrifice? What do those steps look like every single day in order for you to achieve what you vision, the clarity of what your life might look like? Let's go to the next. This is a huge one. This is a huge one. Number 2. So number 1 was clarity. If you don't have that written down in some form, you need to stop what you're doing and you need to start there. You need to know why you're doing it. I'm talking about if you're somebody right now that's plugged in that says, okay, clarity for me is $500 a month. And this is exactly why I want to build this business for $500 a month. And then there's steps attached to that. That's awesome. That's what I'm saying to you. Okay. So number two, another reason maybe some people fail to get into massive action is they're unwilling to create peace of what's coming. So they're unable to prepare, okay, as to what's coming or what could come. So, for example, getting out of your comfort zone, learning ways to rid your day of procrastination, learning how to rid your day away from perfectionism, okay? Knowing what's coming could be things like they're scared that somebody might reject them. They're scared that if they do a Facebook Live, somebody might say a comment. They're scared that someone will reject their product. Are you guys with me? So knowing what's coming, okay, so let's talk about this right now. In order for us to go into massive momentum, massive action, we need to know, we need to be clear of what we want to achieve in this business and why. We need to know what could possibly be that holds us back from taking necessary steps to get into massive action. So write these things down. I don't like to be told no. I'm scared to death when a friend of mine says no to my whitening paste. It really hurts my feelings. It really hurts my feelings when someone I know could do big things in this business laughs in my face to network marketing and says no to me. The reason I'm sharing these with you is because look at that bicep. I am tough. I have trained me to know what's coming in this business, to train me to know that they're not saying no to me. They're saying no to something that they are uneducated about. They're saying no to my whitening toothpaste because they want to, or they want me to fail, or they like their whatever, okay? It's usually stems from them not knowing all the facts, okay? So what you can do if you are stuck and you are not in massive action, do me a favor and write down what might happen along the journey of me building this business. Go ahead, write it down. People might laugh at me that I'm in network marketing. Come on, let's go there. People might giggle when they see me opening up my trunk of my car and schlepping toothpaste in a parking lot. My family all laughs at me and thinks that I'm crazy because I'm in network marketing. I mean, I could just go on and on and on of many, many experiences I've had. There is not an experience, you guys, that you have had or will have that I have not had. Here's the difference. I have trained myself to know what's coming, to know that, heck yeah, there's going to be criticism, rejection. There's going to be fear of getting on a stage. I mean, there's a lot of leaders at the highest level, okay, that never had a desire to get up on the stage, and it just happened, okay? So there's those fears. When you learn to be okay with the unknown, things, big things will happen in your business. So start working on writing down what are those things that might block you from keeping you from getting into massive action. Write them down, and then write down how you're going to start reacting to what might come, okay? It's called changing the thoughts that enter your brain. Your thoughts will become you. You know that. I've said that before. Let's go to this one. Oh, why are some people unable to get into massive action? They completely lack unwavering commitment. Fully committed people make things happen. If you don't have unwavering commitment every single day in this business, you will go nowhere. You will start thinking of other things that you need to do besides having that total commitment of achieving those daily tasks that you set every single day. Here's a suggestion, okay? It doesn't matter to me if you don't achieve your goals. It will hurt my feelings that you're not experiencing the same lifestyle, but only you first can make that choice for yourself. What clarity you're going to give your business plan that you want to achieve. And everybody's is different. I'm going to tell you, that's the number one thing I learned in this business. Do not think everybody wants to make $10,000 a month. Do not think it, because you will miss a lot of people. So this is what I want you to do based on what you want to get out of this business. Get away from trying to please the person that brought you in this business, because that's the wrong person to please. Do this. Make a contract with yourself. So follow the steps ahead, but make a contract with yourself. Here's my tip. Please don't overcomplicate this business. Please don't feel like you have to go type up some table on your computer and the words they have to all be spelled out, and that it's got to be 5 pages long. You won't achieve it. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Make a contract with yourself. Now, somebody told me something. Let me see if I've got a piece of paper in here, which is really brilliant. Brilliant. He made a contract with himself. I don't even think I have scissors in here. Okay, so he made his contract with himself. Okay, and wrote down what he's willing to do on a daily basis. And, you know, it's so much more fun going into massive action with a team of people, okay? So much more fun. So do it with people. So then what he did, this is brilliant what he did, okay? What he did, watch, see this? What is that? It's a triangle. So he knew what his contract was to him. He knew that he needed to be accountable to his contract before being accountable to anybody else. Does it make it more fun and more challenging to go into massive action mode with team members, and of course have maybe one accountability partner that you check in with on a weekly basis, okay? But what he did, which I'm going to do right now, I'm putting this on my desktop. And this triangle, you can do whatever you want. His was a triangle. And every time he had looked at this triangle on his computer, every time he looked at this triangle sticker in his car, every time he looked at this triangle sticker in his bathroom, on his nightstand, on his phone, on the back of his phone, it triggered his contract that he wrote for himself. See, in this business, you can only fail if you quit. Some of you are stuck in the same spot as you were a year ago, as you were 2 years ago. I'm going to tell you, the topics that we've discussed tonight are the reason. I know, it gives me goosebumps, because here's what I'll tell you. I'm not preaching. I am not preaching to you. Successful people have one thing in common, and that is they are willing to tweak along the way. You wonder right now, does Traci tweak? You better darn well believe it. I look at my numbers. I get competitive. I run contests with my partners. So I'm constantly tweaking along the way. Commit to yourself. Write a contract, a simple, stupid, silly, simple. I don't know what, I've heard that before. But write it down. Make it simple enough that it's not going to feel undoable or overwhelming. Okay. And so here's what happens. If you can create a contract, and with that contract comes daily action items. Don't overdo it, you guys. I mean, I've seen daily action plans that represent 10 to 20 things, and you will get a feeling that you can accomplish that, you can achieve that. So based on the time that you can allow your business, you better set chunks of time. I read this great article the other day, which I totally needed. It's called chunking your time. So instead of having your daily action plan be the same every day, if you are someone that creates video content for, maybe you do instructional videos, product demonstration, whatever it is, whatever those video content that you create, you want to do it in a chunk of time. So maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12 to 3 might be my day that the cameras go on, I'm dolled up, and my goal during those times, which I've already established the topics, that's when I'm making video content. It could be that you have a structured time that you do your Facebook Lives. Don't let anything get in the way of that. Instead of following up with your customers and the people that you're dripping on for your business all over the map, which I used to do, have a couple chunks of time. Maybe it's Monday and Thursday, whatever it is for you, whatever those blocks are based on how much time you can give to your business. You know that from 8 to 10 in the morning, that is your time. Those are follow-up with customers, okay? Maybe one's follow-up customer day. And you just know that's all you're doing. Cell phone's off. Well, maybe you need to follow up on your cell phone, but distractions are gone. You know that you're doing nothing during that time but going into massive action to follow up, okay? Same with going into massive action during the chunk of time that you set aside to create social media content. You don't have to wait until the second that you're supposed to post to create your content, okay? You don't. I use notes. All the time, and I save my post with my picture and blah, 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 blah. And when I'm ready to post her, I will do it later. So I save and create content during chunks of time. Studies show that if you're just going every single day, just blah, 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 trying to, I got to do 5 posts. I've got to do blah, blah, blah. You're going to just kill yourself. But if I know for a 3-hour time frame on a Sunday afternoon, that's my day, I create content. That's it. Can you imagine the feeling that I have when I do that? The anxiety goes away. Whereas some of you guys think, oh my gosh, I haven't posted. Oh my gosh, I haven't got Facebook Live, blah, 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 right? Okay. So Facebook Live, yes, you need to chunk it out and set time aside, but do you set time aside, which I started doing, to outline your Facebook Lives for the week? I bet you don't. The last training that I did a couple weeks ago, Facebook Live formula. Check it out. All you have to do is search in this group. I already placed it under units, under Tuesday, Thursday trainings. But if you don't even want to go look in the units, you can type in NS Training search box, Facebook Live formula, and it'll pop up. Watch it. It'll be really good for you. So if you're one of those people that get nervous about going Facebook Live and what to talk about and creating call to action, that would be a good one for you to watch. I know that my anxiety goes way down when I plan at least a little bit my Facebook Lives. This is a Facebook Live, right? We're in a safe environment. We're all family. You don't care if I've got my baseball cap on, but I've planned. I'm using, and you don't have to use this format. You can literally take a piece of paper and know what your components are going to be and tape it down here, and you are reading it. You can, if you're doing a Facebook Live on your computer, you can make the screen small over here and have your notes open that you can just go through. It'll make you look really good. Don't read though, okay? Just have your points. This platform that I'm using allows me to put points in of the things I want to discuss, okay? So here's the deal. You want to keep your contract to yourself. I would recommend you share your contract with somebody you respect and trust. I would definitely get in your head that you are only going to be successful if you truly commit to your own accountability. It helps to have a partner, but you got to go all in with yourself. And then when you're consistent with your daily little action items, every day, I'm just going to tell you, my opinion is every day shouldn't be the same. You need to go through and think of the things that you need to consistently do. Ultimately, over time, you want as habits, and put that on if you work 5 days on your journey, if you work 7 days on your journey, create chunks, color code your chunks. Think about that so that you're not overwhelmed with thinking, oh my gosh, I got to do Facebook Live every single day. That's great. Okay. Or I've got to create video content every single day or blog content every single day. Oh my gosh, I've got to follow up with customers every single day. Ah! Do you feel it? I'm like overwhelmed even just talking about it. But to have one day, maybe you have 2 chunks of time that you follow up with people you're dripping on. I don't know what it is for you, but it sure feels a lot more relaxing to know that ultimately, if you start doing that, don't go crazy. Have 4 or 5 things that are critical for the success of your business and chunk it out over a week's period of time. And then commit to yourself of tracking it every day and have an accountability partner. I promise you, those little small actions that you do throughout the week, trust me, will become habit over time and will allow you to get to your desired goal results month over month. I promise, okay? Here's one that's awesome. Manifest the outcome. What do you look like? What does it feel like to be running your ship from wherever you want? I know some of you have to go to a job tomorrow. I want you to start manifesting what it feels like to get up in the morning and wear yoga pants and a baseball cap, and that you finally get to take your daily showers at night. What does it feel like to go to the gym and get your cardio out of the way, and while you're on the step mill, it's follow-up freedom day, and I'm responding and following up with my customers on that particular day? What does it feel like? Start manifesting what your life will look like when you achieve the contract. Okay, when you complete that contract that you've created between you and contract. It's your contract. Seriously. So how else can you manifest where you want to be? What does it look like? Some of you saw, in fact, I got to find that. If Dodie's on, I got to find her picture when she was with a previous company. Another way you can manifest where you want to be is to make a dream board. If you've got young kids and husbands, oh, I've got goosebumps. Make a family dream board. It's beautiful when you can bring a bunch of magazines and sit on a floor and give everybody magazines and say, okay, what does our dream board look like? If it were really, really going to happen, what do we want it to look like? Seriously, 4 years later, she found her dream board from her previous company, Miss Dodie Glover, and we found it. I was at her house a week or so ago. You saw it, I think, and she started bawling, and she realized, Traci, look at this. Look at this. I manifested this. It's been on my wall. I manifested this car. I manifested the ability to make enough to take my family to Hawaii. I manifest these things. And I just circled 5 of them that were on a dream board I created 4 years ago. And I achieved them. I achieved them with my current company. There are no mistakes, friends, in manifesting what you want. Don't even look at me and say, oh, yeah, writing goals down, what's that about? That's what I'm talking about. Written goals, by a huge percentage, are achieved more than unwritten goals. Manifesting what your future looks like do it right now, not like right now, because I don't want you to leave me, but manifesting what your life can look like, achieving all the goals that you desire. Manifest it by maybe creating a dream board. Maybe it's a personal statement that you read to yourself every day, and you're talking as if it's already occurred, okay? That's really important. Huge. Manifesting what you want your future to look like, it'll blow your mind because it'll happen. You'll look at, oh my gosh, that's on my shelf right there. It's on my shelf. Oh my gosh, it's been sitting there for 10 years of a goal of mine. And guess what? I achieved it. You'll get goosebumps when you start reading it. So let's now talk about what needs to change for us to get in to that mindset of massive action. What needs to change for you right now? What's the price that you're willing to sacrifice for success? Are you set up? Do you even have a daily action plan? Do you have an accountability partner? Do you track your business every day, every week, every month? Okay, not judging you, but if you're not set up for success. If you do all of those things and you now realize there is a temporary price to achieve success, what am I willing to sacrifice? Am I willing to sacrifice TV? Am I willing to sacrifice golfing 18 holes Saturday and Sunday and Wednesday, whatever it is for you? What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to rid yourself of the distractions that hold you back from success? Okay, so what are you willing to change? Then get into urgency. Create urgency. Yes, people respond to urgency. You all do it. We do it. It's only going to be available today. It's only right now and only right now. I use it all the time. This month and only this month, I put some time aside to look for 3 more key people to sit on my board of directors. And this is what I'm looking for. I'm doing interviews. I usually only do them on Thursdays, but this is the month. 3 lucky people. And we are going to make things happen. When you create a story of urgency, okay, both on a recruiting side and creating customer side, product side, people will respond. So here's the deal. It's easy to put things off until tomorrow, right? If you don't create urgency. It's really easy to put it off. It's really easy to put it off if you're the only one that you have to check in with. And you haven't told anybody what your goals are. You haven't shared your personal contract with your family. Boy, you got to create that contract, that simple 1-page contract with yourself and read it every day. And where you are today in your business is a result of your daily agenda. Where you are today in this business is a result of your daily agenda. Where you are today as it relates to your life results from the choices that you make. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite thing to say every day, all day. And I'm not going to go into my personal life journey and life struggles, but I will tell you, when I woke up one day and realized this is amazing, that the one thing that I have that nobody can take from me is choice. My choice. I can choose to be comfortable right where I'm at, or I can choose to think big and know that nobody, yes, will there be obstacles, of course, but not if I train my mind right, knowing what's coming. Remember, read or listen earlier if you're plugging on late. Prepare your mind, prepare yourself to know what obstacles you might face during your journey. Who cares? Just keep going. I'm serious. But create a plan with a sense of urgency, because you are where you are today in this business because of the choices that you make every single day. Don't put your business plan aside. Go all in. Have clarity in what it is that you want to achieve in this business. Get into that massive action mindset. Serious. Know what you need to adjust. Be consistent every day. Allow yourself to not be perfect. No one is. If you are someone that says, oh, I've already failed this week, I'm just going to start next week. Are you serious? Just tweak. Just tweak. I'm just going to get a t-shirt, I think. Tweak it. And I'm just going to put tweak it. You know, and maybe, or maybe I'll say I tweak. Well, I don't know if I want to do that, because I mean, I think there's some people that use that for a different thing. But anywho, you know what I'm saying? Get that mindset right. Be persistently consistent. Get fired up about it. Put a triangle everywhere or an emoji everywhere that you are, that reminds you of the contract that you made with yourself. It's your contract. Take risks. Be willing to take risks. I mean, I see friends, I see family members that are just unwilling to take risks out of their own fear of what's to come or what could happen. And so they're stuck in life because they're unwilling to take the risks and grow themselves into the fabulous person that they are. If I showed you my bookshelf, do you think I just became fabulous like this overnight? No. I became fabulous because I took risks years ago. I took risks years ago not knowing how I was going to go off to college or pay for it. I took the risk scared to death. I took the risk to face people when they thought I would fail at life. I hit them straight on. I took risks in training, reading books that feed my mind with growth. Crazy, guys. Are you willing to take risks to see success on the other side? Now, one of the things that may be holding you back, maybe some of your team members back, is your attitude. What is your attitude? Do you wake up in the morning and say, woo, how many people are going to say no to me today? Woo, it's not a personal attack, but I'm excited to just hit the pavement and go offer solutions to people. My attitude is rock solid. When I talk to team members that get into that mode, they have this attitude of blaming life, blaming their unsupported husband, blaming their upline, blaming blah, 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 that have no energy, whatever. Blame, 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 blame. Their attitude. Oh, blaming the company because, you know, certain tools don't work that they promise. I don't care. Blaming company that the product's back ordered. Whoa, you got an attitude problem, but that's you. But it can be fixed. I fix my attitude, you guys, every day. I've posted things sometimes, even in this group, I've posted, lashed out, and then I wake up the next morning and go, removing that. That's not who we are here. That's kind of a negative feel to it, not who I am. We don't do that here. We're going to shift our attitude and only focus on what we've got and what we can do with it. So you've got to get out of your own way. You've got to change your thoughts. But not only, did you hear me? Yeah, nobody's perfect. I work on changing my thoughts every single day. And the only way that I can change my thoughts every day is because I've drafted a contract with me of clarity, knowing the kind of person, the kind of leader that I want to be known for, the kind, what I want to achieve. And it's just a no-no. So I already know what my attitude must be every day to grow and not not surround myself by people that want to attack me. That might think they will shift my attitude. My attitude, guys, is solid. Is your attitude solid? Do you blame your downline, your upline, your sideline, your corporate? Do you? Do you? Because if you do, that will hold you back, friends. So this is what I'm going to tell you. It's not too late to right now say, oh my gosh, she's so right. Let me share a story with you. I play tennis, and you know, sometimes we'll sit around a table. This was years ago, by the way, because I've learned, okay? And we'd sit around a table after playing tennis, and it just always seemed like this particular group, I really should say, of the big group, there was just a couple people that they always talked about other people when they weren't there. Things like, oh, I know, can you believe that she wore that outfit today? And, you know, blah. And I just remember, I know you've had this experience, guys. I remember leaving that going, whew, that felt so icky. I know they must be talking about me right now. You know what I'm talking about, that feeling. It was that moment that I realized, choice. I get to choose who I surround myself with. Who you surround yourself with is a reflection of who you are. At least can be. So if you're surrounding yourself by gossipy, negativity, and then of course if you participate in it, you are just as ugly as them. Okay. So what I started practicing years ago was being in that environment, first of all, making a decision of who I wanted to surround myself with. Okay, so that's very important because I get to choose who I don't want to be around. But then sometimes you are surrounded by those people again, right? It's a beautiful thing when you can sit there and not participate. It makes you powerful. Try that in this business. Try that when someone in your business calls you and says, I hate my upline, and she just doesn't support me, and blah, blah, blah. And practice, how will I respond to that? First of all, this person's calling me, bashing another new Skinner, okay? I don't care if it's partially true. I ain't getting on that level with this person. I then will respond positively because I won't shift my attitude. I don't have any room for that. Okay, so I'm not going to go into how I handle that, but trust me, we handle it beautifully. So what I am trying to say to you all is that you own your life. You own what you want to achieve in this business. You own all the aspects, whether or not you want to go fast in this business and get into massive action. And the only way that you can is to get your head right, draft a contract with yourself, create accountability with yourself every single day, know what you're monitoring, get rid of the yucky. That means get rid of the distractions of negative people that want to bust your dream in half, okay? Just hide yourself in a bubble of successful, like-minded people, and you will get, I promise you, the first step doing so, truthful yourself. And you don't need to tell me, but you be truthful with yourself after this. Again,